glad you're here. So can you tell me more about why are you here?
Yes, so basically I'm a new master's student at Southeastern in their MSW program. And so one of the requirements for the master's program is you have an internship.
Okay.
And so I'm working at Florida Hospital for Children in their bone marrow transplant unit.
Okay.
I have a real passion for like working with kids that have terminal illnesses. But as far as just like my own mental health, because it's definitely a position where you need to be really strong. You need to have definitely like thick skin, and like as far as like your mental health, like you need to make sure like you're in the right place for this job, and because not everyone can do it. And so like coming into it, I have struggled a lot with anxiety, probably since I was like 9 or 10.
Okay.
And so, and ever since then, I've kind of been like in and out of counseling, just depending on the circumstances. So now I've realized like starting this internship, it's bringing out a lot of different like thoughts and of anxiety. And so just learning how to cope with both, so it doesn't like affect my internship.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, first of all, I want to say congratulations on getting into the master's program.
Thank you.
I know you have to be very knowledgeable and smart to be on those programs, and especially like you said on the bone marrow floor, just dealing with kids and seeing them, go through that tough process of their lives. Like you have to be strong for them, and they have to see that on you.
Yeah.
So that's taking you trying to cope with your anxiety as well. It must be hard on you. Do you have any self-care hobbies or activities that you do in order to cope with the anxiety that you feel?
Yeah, I've been I guess like a few different things. I really like listening to music. I think faith is a big part of like my life, and so like worship music, especially like on my way like to internship and my way back, it's kind of become my time to really just kind of separate myself, trying to separate myself at least from the job, and also just like through like prayer and stuff like that, and then also like I really enjoy like the beach, especially just like kind of like the peace of like the ocean and the sand, and just really I don't know, I feel like it's a place like where you're able to really like be grounded and just focus on like other things and not what's going on, so that helps too.
That's good. I'm very happy to hear that you have those self-care activities and that you know what you want to do. Do you know when to do those self-care, or do you actually get to the point that you just feel so overwhelmed with anxiety and then you try to do this?
Yeah, that's my issue. I think I kind of let myself kind of get to a place where I'm already just so overwhelmed with anxiety and just like thoughts and things like that it's like too intense for me to be able to like do those things. Just like at some points, like even just like things like that like take too much effort, I guess. But as far as, I mean, I try to at least like with like the worship music or like prayer and stuff, I try to turn to that, but sometimes it just can feel so much that I'm just like I can't even do those things.
Do you have any support system that can help you out, just realizing when you have to do those self-care activities?
Yeah, so that's definitely helped a lot. I live with 3 other girls, and so they're kind of like aware of like where I'm at, and like they know like kind of like my past like a history of anxiety, and so they're very encouraging to turn to, and they kind of like remind me of like those things, or just I have them to even just talk to, and then I also do have like my mom and sister that live out of state.
That's good. Well, you have a really great support system around you here, like physically, and as well as your family, even though they're out of state.
Right.
So I just wanted to ask what you want to gain from this counseling process.
So I guess the biggest part especially because working with children in the hospital is definitely like one of my greatest passions, and I feel like it's where I'm supposed to be. And so, but I know that's going to require a lot, like for me, like emotionally and mentally. And so, I just wanted to get to a place where it's not where my anxiety isn't. I mean, I know I'll always have anxiety, but not to the point where it's like affecting my work in the hospital and affecting just my time with patients, like not being able to fully be there because I'm dealing with things with other things, and like I don't want that. Like I want there to be like that separation, but also the fact just being able to kind of control my anxiety without it getting in the way.
Okay, that's good. So yeah, we'll definitely work on that, and we'll try to, like you said, acknowledge when you really need that help, and see what thoughts or treatment plan we can do in order for you to be very effective in your workplace and internship as well as school.
That sounds great. Thank you so much.
So
I'm very
welcome.
excited about it.